welcome back to my channel. Pigs here from 1036. Today I wanted to show you a couple of tricks that are easy to use and shouldn't be considered as cheating, honestly. If Evony really does, then they need to pay my bill for carpal tunnel syndrome if they make me do this by hand. No, seriously, because this app that I'm using is Mimu Play, and that is an Android-based gaming platform that you can download any Android game and play on your computer instead of playing it on your phone. So as you can see, it is the same screen setup as your phone. It is portrait mode, not landscape mode, just like any other phone. And you can really download any Android game and play it. So it is just an Android gaming platform. So what can you do with it? So you can play the game on the computer instead on the phone. You have the mouse to navigate. It looks just like playing on your phone, and you can save your phone battery. If you're on your computer already anyways and you don't want to use the PC client version because of the terms of services that Evony came out with, and it is something that you don't want to support. Either way, I do still like PC client version, and I am still using it because it is landscape mode. You can scout a lot faster, you can enter troops a lot faster. It's like there's a lot of things that I really like about it. A couple things I don't, but either way, I'm using both whenever one is more convenient than the other. So there are things in Evony that are very repetitive to do. One of them is training on your subsidy, and that I'm going to do that because I have a serious amount of training to do. The other thing that is very repetitive is your Wheel of Fortune. Even with Evony coming out with 100 spins per spin instead of 10, that is already a huge improvement. Still, it just takes a whole lot of time if you have millions of tokens. And you can set up a repetitive program for you. And I did that actually earlier this morning. And then the other thing that is very repetitive, and a lot of people probably know, is troop training. I'm not going to do it with sieges, but here. Let's say you want to build your T1 shield. I'm going to do it with ground. And I mean, I'm not going to do it with a program that I'm going to show you with the subsidy training, but as you all know, the motions are the same. It's you click down here, training, speed up, finish all, train, training, speed up, finish all, train, training, speed up, finish all. So this is very repetitive, and you just, hurt your fingers with that. Instead of hurting yourself, this Mimu Play has a built-in recording recording function that you can set up a recording for your subsidy training. I already have it set up, but I can show you how to do it with a new one. I'm still going to use the one that I set up previously, but as you can see, the bar on the side right here, you go onto 3 dots, you click on the retro-looking mouse, and then this is your recordings that you have created. I don't even remember what the first one is. I probably will delete it, but you can rename them. So this is a Wheel of Fortune that I created today, earlier this morning, and used it to cut down 1 million of my tokens. I was at 5 million, now I'm at 4 million, as you saw. So it still takes a lot. So this is a general training. This is a general training, but I'm going to create a new one. So how it works is you go onto record, then you click on the subsidy and go through the motions. Attack, march, attack. With the new update just recently, Evony has automated the next time slot to be the next one to be attacking, which is kind of nice. However, I still don't trust it with the 4th March, so just for the recording purposes, I am clicking every single March slot, excuse me, so that it is ensured that that this March is used, or the next March is used. So now you see I have a new script down here, but before you use it, you need to go into this little cogwheel and edit it a little bit. So you can either do by time, you can do it for an infinite amount, or you can do it by count. Just to be safe, the program doesn't start hanging itself up on me, I usually do 100, and then in between the intervals, as you just saw, I only created one interval to record, and then between the intervals, I'm going to have it delayed by 1 second, just so that there are no interferences. So I'm going to have it do it for me 100 times. Let's do it 10 times. Usually I do 100 times, but let's do 10 times for this video. And I'm going to let it go through this. And now you see my mouse over here. I'm not clicking anything, I'm not doing anything. The program is doing it for me. And it's doing exactly what I trained it to. So 2nd March. And I'm just clicking everything that I clicked. 3rd March. 4th March. Just making sure it's going over there. And now the first interval is done, and I'm going to the next one. So this is the first interval, and this is going to do it 10 times. And maybe I should have done less. I just want to show you guys that this is hopefully smooth all the way through to 10, because sometimes it can interfere with itself, and it accidentally clicks on something else, and then it opens up the chat, or it clicks on the world map on an empty spot or something. That can happen. But honestly, the biggest interference that I had was the interval in between. I had it at 0, and that's when I realized that it actually does click on my march instead of the subsidy, and then it was thrown off. Then I had to pause or stop it and start over, and then I realized what the problem was, and I added that 1 second in between the intervals. The other thing that you need to do, and I'm going to show you that, and I don't know if you already have that, that I actually use all the time, not just for subsidy training, because I feel like it's annoying when you click on a march and you see who it is. I mean, yes, it can be helpful, like, to see who it actually is, but I really don't care. This sometimes helps to see who is hunting your monster, who is the leader in that rally that your monster, your march is going to, stuff like that. But really, I really don't care. Okay, I don't even know which loop I'm on right now. It does not give you a count up here. There is another platform, Android-based platform called BlueStacks, and that also has a recording. It's called Macro. Has a recording function in there, and I've used it before. I have the other platform downloaded as well, and I don't like it as much. I feel like Mimo Play is much smoother, and I just prefer it. And if you have trouble with BlueStacks also, which is not very smooth, it takes a lot of time with loading, or I don't know, just have issues with it, there's another option for you, Mimo Play. Alright, hopefully we're getting close to 10 here shortly, but as you can see, I'm really not doing anything. This recording is doing everything for me. And I could even walk away, get some to eat, get some to drink, do whatever, and do this for as long as I set the program to. And I have it limited to 100 because, as I said, for interference reasons, as well as maybe I do need to change up my generals. You know, maybe my general is at the max level that it can be, and I need to change them up. So it just stops it, and I reset it a little bit, and I'm going to show you that as well. Where are we at? We're at 40. Okay, so we should be getting close to this being finished, I believe, because we're at 42 emails. I don't know where I was. Okay, so this is what it looks like when all the loops are done. As you saw, it did it all by itself, and it did it for 10 times. And yeah, so this is the recording part. Then how do I usually reset it if it starts getting laggy on me? You see you have a bunch of emails in your inbox. What I usually do is, here, I even delete them. Actually, a good habit before to do that is to see if there's any problems with your marches. You should have done that actually before, as I explained that in my Subsidy general training video. I'm going to link that for you guys. And then just here, let's delete them. It just decreases data. The other thing that I do is I just go in my keep real quick and go back out if I don't need to switch my generals. And then I start over. And that is another thing, when you start the recording, what I would actually highly recommend doing is doing it coming out of your keep. Let's say coming out of your keep. That means your setup, your recording is exactly where your keep is centered. Let's say you have it right down here, and you do the recording down here. You record it just like this. Then you have to find this exact spot every single time. So here, I can show you this real quick. When I start my recording, it will not work. Play, because my clicking is a lot higher up. So now it's just going to go camp there. Let's just stop it real quick. Okay. That's why it is really helpful when you just go into your keep, go back out, and you have it centered to your keep, and then you just do the recording from that spot on. Oh yeah, the other thing that I wanted to show you guys is a setting. So you go into your settings, options, and then the setting I would turn off. This one is actually not needed. This one is really, really helpful, so that you don't accidentally click on your march and throw off the clicking, the recording. So you want this to be turned on. When you go, this is easier to show you guys. When you just go somewhere, I cannot click on my march. I cannot highlight it. I can try as hard as I want. I just can't. Here, yeah. So hopefully you've already known about this setting and you're using it. But I've been using it pretty much 24/7. because I really don't need to be able to click on my March. Here, let's turn it off real quick. And it's probably a little easier to show, so let's go back. And now I can click on it, it moves with that March. And I can do that all the time, right? It's very sensitive to clicking on your March, it will move with your March. And I would recommend turning that off for every subsidy training, regardless of using the recorded version versus you doing it manually. Alright, so I'm going to turn this back off. And there we go. Make sure this is turned off. I hope this helped you guys. If you play on the computer every now and again, I would highly recommend downloading the Android-based version if you don't already have it. The Mimo Play is the smoother one, I think so. And yeah, just use that retro mouse and create your presets for general training, for Wheel of Fortune, and for training your meat shield, your troops. That's very, very helpful. Let me know if this was helpful, and honestly, if Evony thinks this is a third-party app that will help me gain any further resources, that is not true, because it is limited. It really just helps me not get a carpal tunnel syndrome. Because general training I can do only so much with the resources that I have and the speed ups that I have, as well as Wheel of Fortune. I can only do as many Wheel of Fortune turns as I have tokens for. So this is not a third-party app that benefits me other than what I already have, and I'm not paying anybody else. So nobody should get into trouble for using an Android-based platform, because it is a game that you can play on an Android phone, period. So, okay. Anyways, let me know if this was helpful, and yeah, nobody should have any generals that are not up to par with their monarch level at this point. So just let the system do it for you and share it with your alliance. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, like this video if you do, and I'll see you guys next time.